Hi everyone, I'm still sick. I'm hoping that in the next video I make, I won't start with I'm still sick. It's like I'm making an excuse for why my voice sounds really weird and I sound like a man. I'm not well. So I'm just going to do a review today, and it's more of a comparison really. A few months ago I was pondering about hair removal, and I really hate waxing because I hate the time between the waxing. I can't do that. I just can't. I would need to shave my legs every day. Like, I don't like the feeling of anything being there. So waxing doesn't suit me because I just can't go that long without feeling smooth. Yuck. So I'm really particular about it. So I decided, I was thinking of different ways, and I bought an at-home waxing kit. I burned myself doing it. It also was patchy, and I also bruised myself. So I wouldn't recommend them. I hadn't a clue what I was doing. I followed the instructions exactly. It was a disaster. So I decided that I wasn't going to continue that. But like, I'd spent so much money on hair removal kits and everything. Laser hair removal would be on my plan, but I just can't afford it at the moment. It's something I will definitely do, but it just isn't the right time at the moment. So I thought about an epilator for the first time, and the reason I'm saying the first time, I have seen them around, and I look at them and I think the little mouth at the top thing looks like a shark, and it looks like a piranha or something. It looks really scary, and it makes me just think, okay, I'll never try that. So a few months ago, I was on Twitter, and it was a random thought. Most of the stuff I put on Twitter is like random crap that's going through my head, and somebody picked up on it and was like, oh yeah, an epilator, oh yeah, this works. So Becky was on there, and Becky told me that she epilates and it's fantastic, and it doesn't take that long, and she basically talked me into it. So I bought an epilator as a means to test, to see would I do it again. So I didn't want to spend loads of money on it. So I bought this one, and it's by Philips, and I don't know, it doesn't have a model name on it, and I don't have the box anymore. It's not a really new one anyway. I bought it in TK Maxx and it was like €40. I should have known better. Anyway, somebody else on Twitter then recommended that I take 2 painkillers. I'm not recommending this, it was just something I had to do. So I took 2 painkillers, and then I waited a half an hour, and then they also said to have a bath first, so your pores are open. So I had a bath, and took my painkillers, had a bath, and then when I got out of the bath, my skin was real soft, so I thought, okay, now's the time to do it. I actually sat at the top of the stairs. I'm not really sure why. I just came out of the bathroom and I didn't want my pores to close, and I just went for it. There was a plug there, and I plugged this little guy in, and I tell you something, it nearly killed me. I'm not going to lie to you, it was torture, absolute torture. Like, I have 3 tattoos, and the tattoos were nowhere near as bad as this was. Now, I did suspect that it might be something to do with the quality of this and its age, that it isn't a new version. So I was bearing in mind that I was probably going to have to buy a newer version of one. This was just a test. But I had started, and I started down at my ankle, and the hair doesn't need to be that long, which is why I think it's much better than waxing, because I just don't want to wait that long. So it's like just a few days if you shave your legs, just a few days, and then you can go ahead. And then it leaves, if after you epilate 3 hair cycles, then you can be hair free for like 6 to 8 weeks, which it sounds like heaven to me. So I was willing to put my stomach through the torture, because I was going on a sun holiday the next day, so I wanted to be hair free. And I had no other options, like the day before I was supposed to travel. It was agony. I mean, my blood pressure was up. I actually thought I was going to faint at one stage. My face was red, and my pulse was racing. I was just, when I stood after doing just like from my ankle to my knee, I was shaking, and I tried to go down the stairs, and my legs were like jelly. It was like, there was almost like a little buzz out of it, like that when you get a tattoo and you feel, it must be the blood pressure spike or something, kind of makes you feel a little elated or something. But it was really agonising, and I've a really high pain threshold. So I put it down to this. I loved it because I didn't have to think about it the whole time I was on holidays. I didn't have to bring a razor or any nail products or hair removal creams or anything like that. I didn't think about it for 2 weeks, and my skin was perfect in every area I did, so it was brilliant. But then I do have quite fair hair, and my mum always says that, like, it's so fair, nobody can see it. I don't care if I know it's there. So I was delighted with myself. I did bring it away in case there was any stray hairs or anything like that, or if the next hair cycle came up. And when I was away, it was only the second time I used it. I put it on my skin, and the motor just went mad, and it just felt like it was like running over my skin like a lawnmower, and it pulled out like a million hairs in one go, and I just cried. So I was supposed to leave it behind, but I don't know how so I just thought I'd show it to you anyway. Don't buy this one. So when I was in London, I went looking for the newest one on the market, and this was recommended by lots of people when I did a blog, when I blogged about this one here. So it's the Silk Epil by Braun, and it's the Expressive. Again, this is, I don't know, I'll have to look at the box and actually I don't have the box anymore. I'll have to look and see, do I know what model it is, but it's the newest version that you can get, and you can use it wet and dry, so you can use it in the bath. This is why I paid the extra money for this. So I got this for £75 sterling. I know that it's usually about £120. No, it's usually about £100. And it's really expensive in euros. It's like stupid expensive, like 140 or 150 euro. Do not spend that on it. I don't know, find it online or something, but it's not worth that. We're just so ripped off here. So I got it for £75, which was quite a good deal. And it comes with the different heads and stuff. If you were doing your underarms or bikini area, and I didn't really. It has an adjustable head as well. This does not. That just looks like that it's going to butcher you, and that is what it did. This has kind of like roly beads here at the side and a flexible head. It still looks scary, and when you turn it on, it looks really scary. Just don't look at it. And it's a sound. The sound makes it sound like, oh, it just, I don't know, the Langoliers are coming or something. It's really scary, but it's mostly just the sound and the metal that's scary. So I had a bath last week, and I gave it a go in the bath, and it is just a different experience. It is not, it is just so different to this. By the way, I wasn't sent this. As I said, I bought this myself out of my own money. People always ask that. I did. I bought it myself. I'm not sure what this stuff here is for, and the light it just saves you. You think that you don't need light because you're shaving or you're epilating in bright light, but when you have this over your leg, it casts a shadow, so you can't see where it needs to be done. So this light is actually a really, really bright light, and it really makes it just so much easier to use. But the main thing about this is the pain. The pain is like 1/10 as bad as this. It was more like a mild irritation rather than, knife searing through your skin sort of a feeling. And I'm just so happy I bought this. I'm just sold on this now. I'm going to use this all the time. I did just do my legs. I haven't tried anywhere else. I was a little afraid after just doing my legs. I thought, okay, that's enough for today. Enough pain, do it in sections. It is still quite painful. I don't think it's as painful as waxing. And I prefer to be administering the pain to myself. Like when I pluck my eyebrows all the time, but if somebody else does mine, I feel like it's like it's real irritating pain. Like I got my eyebrows threaded once, and I nearly wanted to kick the girl, and it was just it makes me real kind of, I don't know, irritated or agitated or something. I don't like other people inflicting pain on me. So if anyone needs to do it, I'll do it myself. So I'd rather like do this to myself and have someone else do it with waxing. And to me it lasts as long, and I don't have to go to a salon, which I hate just being like in there with a stranger. I'm not a real like salon person. Like I don't like having massages. I don't like strangers mauling me. I'm not half fussy, am I? So long and short of it, this is an excellent product. It is expensive, but when you consider how much you spend on waxing, or even just how much you spend on hair removal creams and fancy razors, it's just so much better. It comes with a 2-year guarantee, so, you know, £75 over 2 years. I don't know, I think it's well worth it if you can stomach the pain. Apparently, the more you do it, the more tolerant you become to the pain. Like I noticed even by my second leg, when I was doing the other leg, it didn't hurt as much as the first leg. Just maybe you just get used to the pain of it, or you anticipate the pain of it and it's not as bad as you think. Either way, a winner, and I'm delighted with it. So I have a few other product reviews to come up. I love buying beauty gadgets. I'm just really into that. I buy a lot of hair styling tools and all, and I bought a lot of them that are really useless. So I could be saving you money, so I might as well review them. So I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!